By the title of this video, you can probably tell where this review is going to go, but don't be alarmed. I got some explaining to do. I got some things to get off my chest first, okay? So, I hate musicals. I can't stand them. Last musical that I thoroughly enjoyed was High School Musical back in high school. I'll defend it to the day I die, okay? Those movies are fucking great. But after that, I really just can't really get into musicals. I cannot stand, like, I always picture myself like getting fired from work, and as I'm walking off of work, I start saying like, "Fuck you, you son of a bitch," and then I just keep going for like 5 minutes straight. I think it's stupid. I think there's better ways to tell a story than just to sing every fucking 10 minutes, and this movie feels like that. First of all, this movie is 2 hour 40 fucking minutes long. And you want to know what's even funnier? This is part one, which is something they never said up until the movie release, that it was part one. Because for some okay, so just okay, let me rant, okay? Let me rant. Why the fuck do you make a 2 hour fucking movie and you still don't even finish the fucking story? Actually, not even 2 hour, 3 hour technically movie, and you can't even finish a fucking story because you spent fucking like 75% of the entire movie singing nonsense and shit nobody gives a fuck about. Like, again, everything they say on these songs could have been said in like 5, 6, 7 lines easily, but no, we have to make a whole fucking spectacle about it. Again, I'm a musicals hater. I know, I am aware, and I know this is how musicals work. That's the point. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But this is precisely why I cannot get into it. I just find it so fucking stupid. So stupid. And what pissed me off the most is that this movie just feels lengthy. It feels like it's sucking the life out of me. Maybe it's because, again, it's a musical. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, I was there for like 2 days at least in that theater. I was just questioning where did we time skip or something? I don't understand. What the fuck? Why can't this just end? This just kept going, and then at one point it seemed like the movie was going to end, and then something else happened, and then something else happened, and then something else happened. I would have been happier with a bigger cliffhanger than whatever the fuck they did there at the end. But hey, that's just me, dude. Let's get into the good stuff about the movie, because that's really all I hated. The musical aspect of the Broadway show brought into brought into cinemas, and its length. But everything else other than that, I feel like the movie is great. I feel like this movie would have worked even if they take all the musical elements out. This movie would have worked. This movie would have been fantastic. And I still think the movie is great and all, but again, I don't like musicals, so it was quite obvious that I was not going to thoroughly enjoy the movie. I'm not saying the movie is bad, or by no means. I feel like it has a very good story. It has a very touching moment towards like the middle of the movie, which I felt moved. I'm not gonna lie, where there's just like, it's a silent moment where there's just dancing. I felt that emotion there. It tickled me. It tickled my feelings. It's really good. It's a really good story, really wholesome story, really coming of justice, whatever the fuck, Naruto Shippuden kind of storytelling. But again, it's just the musical aspect. I just can't get past it, bro. That's just really just it. I just cannot stand people just randomly, abruptly fucking start singing, like, you know, like I can't. I cannot do it. I literally just cannot. But the movie is great. The move to people that like musicals, this will be like top 5 movies of the year for you. For people that don't like musicals, this will be right around the middle where I put mine, because, you know, it's not that I hated it, but it's not that I really, 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 really liked it. It's just not for me. That's just my point of view. The movie is just simply not for me. But just because the movie is not for me doesn't mean that I automatically call it a very bad movie or this and that. I still think it's a great movie. It's, again, its story is great, its characters are great, the performances are great, the singing, oh my god, fantastic fucking singing by both parties. I personally like Cynthia's voice so much. Like, she has such a powerful voice, you know, like you hear Ariana and you're like, okay, this is a pop star, but then you hear Cynthia singing and you're like, oh my, you just levitate. Overall, this movie is great. It's just for a selected people that like musicals. This is probably your favorite movie of the year if you like musicals, because this is probably like the equivalent of La La Land, probably, You could probably consider this as equivalent as La La Land at this point because everyone's just like so over the top about it. It ain't me, dog. I don't like musicals. Never have, never will be. Well, actually, never have. It's not a real wording for it, but I never will. I just find them stupid. So, giving this movie a rating, I'm personally, and I mean personally, from my take, going to give it a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. Okay, not a bad movie, simply not for me. The fact that it's a part one and the fact that it's a musical, that shit, I walked out of the theater pretty pissed more than anything else. I walked out of the theater pretty damn pissed over anything else, but it's still a good movie. It's still a good movie to people that enjoyed it, and well, I'm gonna have to sit through part two to finish the story because hopefully it's not fucking 4 hours this time around because I swear to God I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm probably gonna fall asleep next time.